He was the 11th President of India and the first Scientist President of India, serving from the year 2002 to 2007. He is popularly known as the People's President. Before his term as India's President, he worked as an aeronautical engineer with the Defence Research and Development Organization and the Indian Space Research Organization. He was awarded the top Indian civilian awards, the Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and the Bharat Ratna. He is also the recipient of national and international engineering awards and honorary doctorates from 30 universities. His contribution for making state-of-the-art healthcare available to the common man is markedly visible with his attempt to make lighter calipers for the polio-affected children. He is an entrepreneur of art, plays the veena, loves the Sri Rag and writes poetry in Tamil. He has also penned some books. To name a few are Wings of Fire, Scientist to President, Ignited Minds, India 22, A Vision for the New Millennium, and India, My Dream. But behind all these outstanding achievements is a simple man who believes in God and family. He is not just another Dr. Strangelove having a torrid affair with the bomb. He is clever, sensitive, amazingly creative, and above all, a soft-spoken patriot. Like every proud Indian, he swears by Pokhran II and self-sufficiency in science and technology. He is Dr. Abul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam, the People's President, the Missile Man of India. His journey from being born to a humble family of a boat builder in Rameshwaram on October 15th in 1931 to becoming the 11th President of India is a remarkable one. He was the youngest of his 7 siblings. Dr. Abdul Kalam studied at Schwartz High School in Ramanathapuram and funded his education by working as a newspaper vendor. He graduated in science from St. Joseph's College in Tiruchi and then went to do his DMIT in aeronautical engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. After this, Dr. Kalam joined Hindustan Aeronautics Limited as a trainee. Soon after graduating, he joined DTDNP as a senior scientific assistant. From 1963 to 82, he served the Indian Space Research Organization in various capacities. The Padma Bhushan was bestowed to Dr. Kalam after he successfully put Rohini, the first indigenous scientific satellite, into orbit on July 1980 as the project director for SLV-3 at ISRO. In 1982, as the director of DRDO, Dr. Kalam was entrusted with the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, India's most successful military research task to date. The Padma Vibhushan in 1990 was awarded to him for his work on 5 successive launches of missiles Nag, Prithvi, Akash, Trishul and Agni. After 10 years in DRDL, he went to New Delhi, joined as scientific advisor to the Defence Minister and was later awarded the Bharat Ratna in 1997. His predecessors, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Satish Dhawan, inculcated an important lesson in him of not letting a complex problem scare you, but become the captain of the problem. Dr. Kalam's vision to see India become a developed nation involves working on 5 main areas to transform India. They are education and healthcare, agriculture, information and communication, infrastructure, and critical technology. Dr. Kalam believes that his vision of developed India can be attained by igniting the minds of the younger generation with the love of science. During his tenure as the president, he visited many states in India and addressed about 100,000 students, mostly in high schools, and he discovered that he communicates well with them. He is strongly convinced that the youth power, if properly directed and controlled, could bring about transformational changes in humanity for its progress, meeting its challenges, and bring peace and prosperity. Dr. Kalam loves to be around children and spends a lot of time talking with them and asking them questions about their dreams. He quotes, "Children and youth are the picture of a nation's future. They are our hope for tomorrow." One of his teachings for today's youth is to dream, dream, and dream, and convert these dreams into thoughts and later into actions. And Dr. Kalam made his long-lasting dream of flying come true by becoming the commanding officer of the nation's armed forces.